It's not zero, but if you hold like the horseshoe at the bottom of the target, you'll hit it. Alright. What up guys, LocsNLoad Firearm review here today. Alright, so today we're going to be reviewing the Palmetto State 8KV 9mm. So this is Palmetto State's invention to where they took an AK-47 and put it in a 9mm caliber platform and then gave it out to the American people and said, have fun with it. So today's review is going to be on this, my thoughts, pros and cons, and what I think about this platform in general. So stay tuned, we should have a good video. Zero, this one. Cycle this bitch. Good? Yep. Alright y'all, LocsNLoad Firearm Reviews here today with Keith. Today we're testing out the Palmetto State 8KV 9mm pistol. It's like a small 8K but 9mm. And this is our first shots. Alright, it's not zero, but if you hold like the horseshoe at the bottom of the target, you'll hit it. Alright. Alright, Keith, you wanna go?
Yeah. Said to hold the horseshoe at the bottom?
Yeah.
Got a good trigger on it, damn. I'm not sure when it holds that.
There you go.
It's like low and right.
Alright, how you like it?
It's not as jumpy as a lot of the pistol caliber carbine type weapons I've used. A lot of times the ARs, they're really thumpy, or they jump a lot. This here's actually pretty daggone flash. It's impressive.
I like it. You know, you got the muzzle brake up front, which really helps.
Yeah.
But still, like, the trigger is good. I like just how it feels. You got a good grip on here.
Yeah.
It's a good little 9mm.
Also the Krebs style safety too, which is
oh yeah.
cool. You ain't gotta reach up here and actuate that bitch like that. You can just come down and
Faster shooting comrade.
yeah. Faster reloading comrade.
You got to dispense the communism faster.
It's got a really good trigger.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's very AK trigger like, but it's.
AK still have nice triggers.
I mean, it's got, you can see it's got just the littlest bit of creep to it, and then it hits a wall, and then it breaks. So I wouldn't say it's two-stage, because it's not.
It kind of feels like you got.
I mean, it is consistent-ish. The reset's good too. It's got a real short reset.
Yeah, Palmetto State definitely did a good job with this
I wonder
AKV.
if they have like a. No, it's not an ALG. Something else.
Right. So I think it did good for the first shot, but we definitely gonna put it through the ringer. We're gonna come back and see. All right, welcome back. So let's go ahead and talk about the features of this platform and get them out the way. So coming up front, you have a 2-port tanker style muzzle brake, and it's mounted on here like most traditional AKs. You have this little pin right up front that you'll depress. You push that down, and then you can screw your muzzle brake or muzzle device off this rifle. All right, so the threads on this AKV are a 1/2 by 28. That means they'll accept most common 9mm muzzle devices and suppressors out there on the market. So you don't have to worry about that. When you do find your desired muzzle device, all you do is put it on there, screw it on, push down the pin, and when you get almost down to the bottom, let that pin fall into the little slot, and then your muzzle device will not move from there. Coming a little further behind that, you have a fixed front sight post, and it is adjustable. Now this front sight post is put on a 10.5 inch 4150 nitrided steel barrel, and it is a 1 in 10 twist. So that's what's launching out these 9mm projectiles downrange. Your handguard is a Magpul MOE handguard. So it's not M-LOK, so you will have to get the Magpul MOE rails in order to mount any type of accessories to this rifle or pistol. Coming a little further behind that, you have a fixed rear sight like most AKs do, which is a little bit further forward than your traditional AR-15. The magazine is by Palmetto State, and it's a 35 round magazine. Now these magazines are by Palmetto State, but the AKV will accept CZ Scorpion magazines as well. So if you have a CZ Scorpion, keep those magazines, because if you plan on getting this, they will work in this rifle. Now, like most AKs that have the exposed charging handle, so does this AKV, keeping in line with the tradition. Now, the one thing that's different about this AKV, which most AKs do not have, is that on the last round, it will actually lock back for you. So you can remove the magazine and it will stay locked back. Now, this is where it comes into the AR-15 world. Right here is your magazine release, your bolt release, my bad. So you go ahead, push that down, your bolt goes forward like a traditional AR-15. So no longer do you have to reach around, take the mag out, charge around, charge the AK, put it around in there and everything. It's like a simple AR. The bolt will lock back, you remove the mag, get a fresh mag, insert, drop the bolt, and you're back into the fight. Alright, so coming back into the AK world, your safety selector is an enhanced extended latch given to you by Palmetto State Armory. And so this allows you, with this kind of chunky wing right here that sticks out, it allows you with your trigger finger to have your safety on and come off real quick, or be engaging, you want to come on your safety and just use the meat of your finger to engage the safety latch. The trigger. It is a single stage trigger, single hook it says, and it says it's coming off their AK GF3, I believe, one of their other AK platforms. So you're basically getting an AK trigger in this 9mm pistol caliber carbine. Now, back here you have again a Magpul pistol grip, which I actually like these pistol grips. I like the angles of them. But my favorite ones are the ones with the rubberized grip. But with these grips right here, you still do get a decent grip on there. All right, coming up to the front, up to the top of the dust cover, my bad. So, unlike most AKs, they do not have the Picatinny rail section integrated into the dust cover. Palmetto State went ahead and did that for you because they knew, well, it's 2022, 2023, about to be 2023, etc. People like to mount optics. And so they give you a pick rail up here so you can mount that optic. And what I have up here is another optic I'm gonna do a review on from Palmetto State, not Palmetto, Primary Arms.
What up, guys? LocsNLoad Firearms reviews here today. So we're at the range portion of the video, and so what I'm doing now is loading up 5 rounds of 9mm 115 grain FMJ, and so we got our target 25 yards down range, and what we're going to find out is what is the accuracy of this firearm. And my camera to follow. You good, camera? You want to do your job? All right, we'll do this. So we're going to find out the accuracy of the AKV 9mm on our target. We're at the 25 yard line, and
what I'm gonna do is aim at the center of the paper and just see where the rounds hit. So I was aiming right here. The dot is 0 for a little closer, so it's not gonna be like right on target, but I was aiming for right here. And as you can see, these are our impacts. Can you see on camera? Yeah. So you can see the impact on camera. So nice little grouping at 25 yards, not bad. Accurate enough, definitely. You know, again, at 25 yards, so you could honestly definitely take a headshot at 25 yards and get your mark. So now what we're going to do is find out how fast can we get on the trigger. So we're going to be under buzzer with this one, and we're going to come out and see how fast we can be. And it's the ACSS Gemini. Now this optic was made by Primary Arms to go specifically with pistol caliber carbines. So when Palmetto State sent me this and Primary Arms sent me the optic, well, it was a match made in heaven. And so since I've been rocking this optic on this carbine, they've honestly been a great couple. I love this wide window of the optic. I love how the reticle is the ACSS reticle, and I can also, you know, illuminate if I want to, but most times I just leave it off. And I always have my reticle there. I don't have to worry about the battery dying on me. And I'm still able to get on target pretty quickly and put up, you know, pretty fast rounds on target, multiple rounds on target with this optic. So, like I said, match made in heaven. Now coming back, you have a standard AR-15 buffer tube, end plate, and castle nut, mounting your SBA3 brace on that buffer tube. So that is the features of this AKV, and it weighs 6 pounds unloaded. So it's kind of a hefty girl, but you know, when you're launching those 9mm rounds down range, that weight really does eat up a lot of that recoil. So it has the features of this AKV. We're gonna step out to the range real quick, and then we're gonna step back to the war room, and I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinions on this carbine. All right, so we got the AKV now, and so we're gonna go under buzzard, and we're just gonna do one round. Okay, part-time's off. We're just gonna do one round, and I wanna see how fast I can come up, defeat the safety, and put one round on target. And we're gonna do the number 1 circle. Actually, we'll do number 2 circle. That way, it's the other bullets, and so I can actually see where I'm hitting. So we're gonna go from about 3 yards, real close up. Just wanna see how fast I can get up on the gun. In my safe picture, the safety, boom. 1.24. 1.23. 1.21. 1.03, but I can't remember that. I missed. All right, last one. 1.14. All right. I like that last shot. That was a good one. All right, so put y'all here. Can y'all see? Okay, yeah. So, as you can see, my shots right here on the bottom. Now I gotta account for that height over bore. The one shot I missed, I couldn't count. That was the fastest time though, 1.03. And this one, my last shot, was right here under the 2. That was at 1.14. All right. All right, welcome back. So let's answer the question. LocsNLoad, why would I need or want a 9mm caliber AK-47, right? When I could just get a 7.62x39, I could get a 5.45, or I could just go out and get an AR-15 and 223-5.56. Why would I want this? Well, this really fills a certain niche, right? Now, not everyone will really want or has the ability to use, a full powered rifle like that. A lot of people who live in condensed areas, they might not want something that powerful, but they still want something that's capable, that holds a lot of rounds, that will put down the threat. So loading up something like this with hollow points doesn't guarantee you that you're not going to get a pass through or it's going to go through a window and hit somebody else, but it does help mitigate those risks. All right. 2, having something like this, a 9mm caliber carbine. 9mm is cheaper and a lot more readily available than a lot of rifle rounds. Even though those are pretty common, 9mm is still cheaper. You can get a lot more 9mm rounds than you can with 5.56 or 7.62x39. All right, and then 3, the recoil, lack of it actually. Now, if you have a new shooter, someone who's not so big, like a smaller woman, a teenager, right? This is something that they will be able to really wield, handle, and operate a lot easier than, again, a full power rifle. 9mm, low recoil already. Once you add a 6-pound carbine and a muzzle brake to it, the recoil on this thing is almost really non-existent. Like, the biggest felt recoil is probably the charging handle coming back and forth. Besides that, all the people I let shoot, I really let women shoot this because I want to get their feedback on how operating this weapon feels for them, and I get nothing but positive feedback from them about how they like how easy it is to shoot, how the recoil of this carbine is so soft, and basically like you're shooting a 22. So those are just some quick reasons why you want a 9mm caliber carbine versus a full power rifle. Now, you don't have to agree with those reasons, but those are reasons why people do go with 9mm caliber carbines. On top of that, they're generally not that big. Your average carbine is, right about this size. You add a folding brace on here, now you can really throw this in a backpack, right? And then it's not so overpoweringly loud. You take an AR-15, you cut that barrel down to 10.5, 7.5, that is exceptionally loud. The muzzle flash on that thing will give away your position, right? But if you do that on a 9mm, it's not so bad. It's loud, yes, but not as loud and disorienting as, well, Locs, in a lot of shootings, one round doesn't put the target down. So what about multiple shots? We're finna see, all right? So for this, we will do 2 rounds. And we're gonna move to the number 1 circle. All right, so 2 rounds on target. One point 1.44. 1.44. .68. 1.80. 1.53, but I missed 1 round, so I'm not gonna count that one. All right, so 1.44 was the fastest time I had for firing 2 rounds accurately, keyword accurately, on target. So the trigger on this thing is actually really nice. You can get good follow-up shots on target. Let's go show the hits. All right. See. So everything was in the meat of the target, except for that one round. So that's from 3 to 5 yards. A 10.5 AR, or definitely letting off like a little Draco if you're using this thing for home defense, which is really the most common use for something of this size and caliber. Home defense, vehicle use, where the situations will be close in, right? 25 yards and in, most likely. And so for a home defense gun, this is definitely a great gun for home defense. I don't think too many people will really laugh at you saying this is your home defense gun, right? I feel like a lot of people will say, hey man, you mind if I actually shoot that, right? Because it is a capable home defense gun. You have 35 rounds of 9mm, right? Nobody's really gonna be laughing at 35 rounds of 9mm flying past their head. Then at the same time, like I said, if you want to use this, like if you have a a small frame partner, let's say your girl, she's not very big, 5'3", 5'2", right? Big rifle, she doesn't like to shoot it, but she might like to shoot this. And now if someone breaks in, you take your rifle, she takes her PCC, or what I would suggest is that you both get pistol caliber carbines, and so that way you have a compatible weapon system. So when you're going through the house, if you need a mag, she can supply you. If she needs a mag, you can supply her. You're both using the same weapon system, so everything is fluent and compatible. So that is a good option that you can do for a home defense. So if your partner just for some reason isn't liking your AR-15, your AK-47, that full power rifle, well, maybe go out and get a couple of these and train with it and see how that goes. All right, that's just some quick reasons of why you would want a pistol caliber carbine. Now I want to go over some pros and cons. I always like to do these in my videos because everything in life has pros and cons. You always have to look at the good and the bad of things. So let's look at the good things. The 6 pounds and a muzzle brake. Recoil is very, very light. So your follow-up shots are gonna be on point. All right, the trigger on here is a very good trigger. I actually give that to Palmetto State. This AK trigger they put in here is very, very nice. It's so nice that if you actually don't watch yourself, you might actually kind of bump fire like real quick. So the first time I actually took this out to the range, I was firing 1 or 2 rounds and I accidentally bump fired, and it went like 2 rounds went off real quick. I was like, oh snap, did they send me a full auto? But come to find out they didn't. It was just the reset on this thing is so quick that if you really don't watch it, you can bump fire this thing very easily. But it still is a very nice trigger. Accuracy, it proved to be a decently accurate weapon. I'm not talking like 1 MOA type anything, but I can stand 20-25 yards away, put the carbine in my shoulder, fire 1 round, and put my round in that target. Fire another round, right in that target. Another round, right in that target. So the accuracy of here is decent. Now as far as like a 1 MOA, sub MOA, probably not. But as far as being able to hit somebody in the head like a hostage situation shot from like 25 yards, you'll be able to do that with this carbine. Now going on for the pros, I like how they married some of the AK features and the AR-15 features into this platform. The last round bolt hold safety. So last round bolt holding coming from the AR-15, and being able to drop the bolt without having to come back around after you insert the mag. On a normal AK, you have to insert the mag, come back around, and then the bolt will go forward, and that's how you would charge the weapon. But with this, like the AR-15, you insert the mag and you drop the bolt, and you can get back into the fight. So I like that. I like how they did that. It makes reloads a lot easier and simpler and faster. And then more intuitive, because if you're an AR-15 guy like me, it's something that you're kind of used to. I like how it is a piston operated system, like a normal AK. So that means if I want to take this off, put on a folding adapter or that SB triangle folding brace I have on my burn, I can, and now this makes this weapon system that much more compact and versatile. Right? I can put it in the backpack, carry my vehicle. You know, I could be walking around the streets of America, and I can have a capable weapon system at my Beckham if I need so. Another pro, even though it's MOE and not M-LOK, you can still get rail slots and still mount lights, lasers, foregrips, angle foregrips, whatever you want on here, and it, makes it again that much more capable and versatile. So if you want to use it for home defense and want to have light on here so you can see in the dark, you can do so. All right, what else for the pros? Okay, the pick rail on top. I love how Palmetto State put up this Picatinny rail on top, so that way I can mount an optic on here and I don't have to get like some type of side adapter or find some jank way of mounting a red dot optic on here. They just went ahead and said, welcome to the 21st century, here you go. All right, reliability. That's gonna be my last pro. Reliability has been on point. Again, this really takes from the AK tradition, so it's gonna operate and it's gonna push through a lot of dirt and grime, and so far this platform has done all of that. 9mm, it doesn't like generate a lot of force like a 760 by 39, but even getting this thing dirty, being on the ground and everything, I was still able to get enough force to push that round out, chamber a new round, and keep that cycle of fire going. And I haven't had any malfunctions through this platform, so I will give that to PSA. You guys did a good job on this AKV. All right, and so now what we're gonna do is set up the plate rack. And I want to see how fast can I transition from target to target to target. So we got multiple targets, I think 6 little plates, and so I want to see how fast can I get on target and bing, 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 like simulating if there was multiple targets in the environment and I had to engage one, engage one, engage one, engage one. So stand by. All right, that was in 4.22. We're gonna do it one more time. I think I got enough ammo. Would have been faster if I didn't miss that second plate. I had to keep going down the road and come back. Oh, and out of ammo. All right, 5.38. I was gonna beat that time anyway. All right, so it's not hard transitioning from target to target. It's actually kind of easy. It's just really honestly based on you, the shooter. All right, now onto the cons, because this thing is very nice, but it's not perfect. All right, so one of my biggest cons of this platform is the fact that it's not an AR-15. Now I know people are like, well, yeah, it's an AK, so it's definitely not gonna be AR. And what I mean by that is when I'm shooting this thing, one of my biggest pet peeves, I think my biggest pet peeve about this is that, when you're shooting, you come on safety, boom, 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 right? You shoot with your dominant hand. All right, it's fine, it's cool. It does everything you need it to. But it's when you transition to your offhand and you want to take that safety off, you have to do some jank, something like that, and put it back on and then switch. I think I have a video of me trying to do it, and it was such a weird way of trying to establish my grip, breaking my grip to take off the safety, then reestablishing my grip, or having my grip be down here, right? Trying to shoot like this so I can put the safety back on and switch. Now, it was doable, maybe over time with practice, I'd probably get a little easier with it, but every time I've had to do it, like, it's always just been one of those things, just like, damn it, right? Damn it, why can't you just have an ambi safety selector like an AR-15? Why do you have to be up here? What the fuck, right? And so that is one of my biggest pet peeves and cons about this thing. And if someone asked me would I take this, an AKV or an AR9, I would honestly take an AR9 over this, because it's like just how annoying it is operating the safety selector and moving my hand, having to break my grip, push it back. It's just not for me. Maybe it's for you. No, if that's your cup of tea, hoo-yah. But for me, it's not. I'm an AR guy. I like to have my safety selectors where my thumbs are at, right? The way God intended it to be. All right. But that's my biggest con about it, is the safety selector and trying to operate it support side, weak side, and non-dominant side, whichever way you want to call it. All right. What is another con? Well, I can't think of another con. I think that's my biggest con, is operating the safety selector. Right? But besides that, this carbine has been good to me. Will I be keeping it? No. Again, like I said, this safety selector is such an annoyance to me that, it was fun to shoot, but it's not something that I really want to keep, right? So I've had a fun time with it, and if they sent it to me, I would definitely keep it. But with these review pieces, sometimes if I don't feel like I have a need for it, I'm not gonna keep it. No, I'm just gonna send it back. But the time I've had it is proven to be a great platform, a great carbine. I like how Palmetto State is constantly innovating new things. They're not just making the same old AR-15 type junk. They're actually coming out with new stuff, and things like this is how you keep interest in the 2A. And so I want to thank Palmetto State for sending out this AKV to me, sending out the Waganda, letting us try it out, test it out, and getting a look at it. I've had fun with it. It's been perfectly reliable. It's a beautiful weapon system, I'll give it that. I love the plum color on it. Definitely a badass carbine. I know a number of people who have these, they love them. I know Simply Carry, he's upgraded his AKV, and that thing is nice. So definitely a capable weapon system if you're in the market for it. I'll have a link to this platform in the description box. So it's not going to be to Palmetto State because YouTube doesn't let that. So it's going to be to my Patreon page, and the link is going to be in there that gets you to the AKV, and I believe there will be a discounted price as well. So again, thank you to Palmetto State for sending out this AKV. I've had fun with it. It's been at least 6 months that I've had this thing, tested out vicariously, because ammo's still up there. I'm not rich, but every chance I've had to take it out, it's always been fun to shoot. It's done what I needed to. The only thing is the safety selector. That's my only con. Like no BS. That's literally my only con about this thing, is the safety selector. But besides that, I want to thank you guys for watching the video, staying with me. If you're looking for firearms training, I'm here in Jacksonville, Florida. I also do CCW classes. Now, if you're outside of Jacksonville, I do travel, and I can come to you outside of the city or state. I just need at least 6 people or more for me to travel. Again, if you're looking to purchase this AKV, I will have the link to my Patreon page in the description box so you can get this AKV at a discounted price. On top of that, I want to thank you for watching. Stay educated, stay dangerous. LocsNLoad out.